A new development in Texas. Governor Greg Abbott is now allowing Texas state and local police to arrest migrants they believe are in the U.S. illegally. He says he's taking the action because the White House won't.
Biden's deliberate inaction has left Texas to fend for itself. The goal of Senate Bill 4 is to stop the tidal wave of illegal entry into Texas. It creates a criminal offense for illegal entry into Texas from a foreign nation. For repeat offenders, it creates the offense of illegal reentry with a potential prison sentence term of up to 20 years.
Tom Holman is former acting ICE director, Fox News contributor, and he joins me now. Tom, big development here. So what Governor Abbott just did is he made coming into this country illegally a state crime, and police can arrest illegal immigrants as a result of this, wherever they are in the state. What do you think about this?
I'm behind them 100%. I mean, the federal government has abdicated their responsibilities to secure the border. And look, the Biden administration has been very successful on the open borders agenda. They haven't done a single thing to slow the flow. This isn't mismanagement. It isn't incompetence. It's by design. He ran on open borders, and you got to give him credit. He's kept his promise. So I salute Governor Abbott. I mean, we got to protect this country, and we look at the known how many people off the terrorist watch list have been arrested, an historic number. Governor Abbott's trying to protect Texas, and in doing so, he's protecting this country.
Yeah, the other side is saying that this is unconstitutional because immigration enforcement is a federal responsibility. But to your point, what if the federal government isn't doing the enforcement? So there's certainly going to be a legal showdown on this front. One of the big issues right now, though, Tom, is that once migrants are in this country who cross illegally, they're here to stay. If you look at the deportation numbers, Trump versus Biden, in 2019, under former President Donald Trump, there were over 260,000 deportations. In 2022, that number dropped to 72,000. And you say that if Trump wins, you want to help launch a massive and historic deportation program where no one is off the table. What do you mean by that?
Well, if Trump actually wins the presidency and they ask me to come back, yeah, but it has to be done, Carly. I mean, what is the alternative? I mean, if millions of people are entering the country illegally, making a false claim to asylum, because the data clearly shows nearly 9 out of 10 of these people will be ordered removed by an immigration judge. So we spend billions of dollars on due process. Okay, you can claim asylum, you get to see a judge. But at the end of all this, if a federal judge says you must leave, we have to execute those orders. If we don't, then might as well shut down the immigration courts. Might as well take the border patrol off the border. There's a system in place. We'll give you the due process, but if you lose, you got to go home, because your alternative is, okay, you let millions stay. What's that going to do? Just brings millions of more. We're a nation of laws. You have a right to claim asylum, but if you get order removed, we have the right to remove you. That is the way the law reads. We're a nation of laws, and we got to enforce those laws.
So if Trump is reelected, would you want to go back as leading ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement?
If the President of the United States wants me to come back, it's something I strongly consider. Of course I would, because I've done this for 34 years. I've never seen historic illegal immigration like I've seen in the last 3 years, and I think the 4th year is going to even be worse. This country is in trouble. It's not just illegal immigration anymore, Carly. We're talking about known and suspected terrorism. We're talking about a record number of women and children being sex trafficked in the United States. We're talking about the border so open, we got large amounts of fentanyl that's killed over 100,000 Americans. It's time that we act and secure this border and protect America.
Yeah, you know, also, Tom, Mexico is a big part of this, and it's really a country that's completely held hostage by the drug cartels that have seized complete control of the southern border. How would you describe the situation in Mexico? Would you say that they're incapable of getting rid of the drug cartels, or are they just unwilling to do it?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think they don't have. Cartels are very powerful. They got military-grade weapons, military-grade explosives. They're very powerful. I think the government's having a hard time, even if they wanted to take them on. But the problem in Mexico, much of the military, much of the law enforcement are corrupt. I'm not saying every cop in Mexico is corrupt or all the military is corrupt, but corruption is a huge issue in Mexico. It's going to take the United States of America to take these cartels out.
Yeah, well, that's something that Governor Ron DeSantis is talking about, and it would certainly be a big news item if that ended up happening under whatever Republican administration happens in 2024 if the Republican candidate does win. In 2021 alone, cartels made an estimated $13 billion in human trafficking and drug smuggling alone. Real quick,
I want to be clear, Carly.
Yeah.
I've retired twice, I retired twice. I come back twice. I'll come back a third time because I'm more concerned about the safety and security of this country right now than I've ever been in my career.
You feel like there is unfinished business that you can control. Tom, thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.